Welcome to SakshiEducation.com. Today we are going to discuss about the current affairs of February 1st to 10th. So we will see what are those current affairs of the first 10 days of February. Regarding the appointments, it is Indira Nooyi who was appointed as first female director of ICC, International Cricket Council. So she was the first female person to be appointed as director of ICC, and ICC is headquartered in Dubai of UAE, which was established on 15th June 1909, and its chairman is Shashank Manohar, and followed by CEO Dave Richardson. So remember, Indira Nooyi was the first female director of ICC. Indira Nooyi is also the chairman for CEO for PepsiCo, and she is an NRI who is resident in USA. Next is Avani Chaturvedi. Avani Chaturvedi, the first female pilot to run the solo fighter jet plane, and the plane is MiG-21 of Indian Air Force of Jamnagar base. Miss Neelam Kapoor was appointed as new Director General for Sports Authority of India. She was appointed by ACC, Appointments Committee of the Cabinet, chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Next is Kunwar Bai. Kunwar Bai was a 106 years old woman. She died recently, she passed away recently. She was chosen as Swachh Bharat Muscat by Narendra Modi, and she belongs to Chhattisgarh. So the question may be asked about Kunwar Bai also, as she was the person of Chhattisgarh and chosen as the person of Swachh Bharat Muscat. Next, Jayendra Saraswati, and Jayendra Saraswati Swamigal recently passed away, and he was the head of Shankaracharya Mutt in Tamil Nadu of Kanchipuram, and he was replaced recently by Shankaracharya Vijendra Saraswati, and he is the 70th chief of Sri Kanchi Kamakoti Matam. Next is Dinesh Srivastava, and Dinesh Srivastava was appointed as chief executive of Nuclear Fuel Complex, which is based in Hyderabad. So this question, the last question, Dinesh Srivastava, may be asked in the TSPSC or APPSC examinations. So because Nuclear Fuel Complex is in Hyderabad. Next, coming to the national affairs. So regarding the national affairs, on 1st February 2018, Union Finance Minister Arun Jaitley presented the budget, the Union budget in the Parliament. So this is the second consecutive budget presented on the 1st of February. So after changing the date of the budget, so it is year 2017 which we have seen that budget date was changed from last day of February to 1st of February. And also this is the first budget of introduction of GST, goods and service tax, which was introduced on 1st July 2017. So note down these points, these are very important. And also budget comes under article 112 of the constitution, which can be presented by finance minister only in the Lok Sabha, that is in the parliament at 11 AM and on 1st February. Next, coming to the major highlights of the budget. So finance minister stated that India will be the 5th largest economy in the coming years with the budget of 2.5 trillion US dollars. As well as this budget 2018-19 majorly focuses on upliftment of agriculture, education, and also major push to health care in the country. Other highlights in the row which may be asked in the examination, because budget is very important for current affairs and in economical sector. The expected growth rate for the year 2018-19 will be 7.2 to 7.5%, and it may increase to 8% by the coming years. And also the total expenditure of the union budget is 21.5 lakh crores. So, and we have expenditure of 21.5 lakh crores and very less income. So, the fiscal deficit of India stands at 3.3% for the current fiscal. So, these are the statistics of the budget. And coming to the other major initiatives or proposals by the Union Finance Minister Arun Jaitley, the proposals are like this. Like he proposed to increase the minimum support price MSP of all the crops at 1.5 times of the production cost. And also major initiative in healthcare sector is Ayushman Bharat. It is a national health protection scheme which is going to provide health insurance of rupees 5 lakh for each family, and nearly 50 crore population of 10 crore families are to be covered, and this will be the largest health protection scheme in the world. Also, Finance Minister announced Operation Green, so to stabilize the prices of onions, tomato and potato, so which are under necessary goods. So, Operation Green for 3 vegetables, as well as Finance Minister also announced National Bamboo Mission, and to improve the production of bamboos in India. So, India is the second largest producer of bamboos in the world, so after Myanmar, and in northeastern states, so bamboo is a major production. So, to highlight its sales and exports, so National Bamboo Mission was proposed by Finance Minister, and remember, bamboo is known as green gold. And also Eklavya model schools also proposed, where the population of 20,000 scheduled tribes are found. So, Eklavya model schools are the central government schools. So, it is like Gurukuls or Kendra Vidyalayas. Next, disinvestment target of 80,000 crores was proposed. So, disinvestment means selling off a part of government share to the private people is called disinvestment, and its target is 80,000 crores for 2018-19. And also a railway university was proposed in Vadodara of Gujarat, and also the salaries of president, vice president and the governor. So, these 3 constitutional posts, heads of these 3 constitutional posts were being increased to 5 lakhs, 4 lakhs and 3.5 lakhs respectively. So, the President of India draws 5 lakhs and Vice President draws 4 lakhs, and also Governor will be drawing 3.5 lakhs per month. Next, GST revenue target is 21.5 lakh crores, okay, which is generated already in these 11 months. So, the GST is a success in India as per the Finance Minister's budget. So, no change in the IT slab rates of income tax, so it remains the same. So, for the men it is 2.5 lakhs, up to 2.5 lakhs it is nil, and for women it is up to 3 lakhs it is nil, and for senior citizens up to 5 lakhs it is nil. And also the budget proposes that the tax will be imposed from the next slabs, that is above 2.5 lakhs, 3 lakhs or 5 lakhs, and also tax reduction of 40,000 rupees is also proposed. In this budget, so 1.48 lakh crores is kept aside for railways expenditure for the development of infrastructure in railways, that is to provide well furnished infrastructure, Wi-Fi facilities to the railway passengers. So, these are the very important highlights of the budget. So, remember these will be appearing in the examinations for the coming 2018 and 19. So, next coming to the economic survey 2017-18. So, this was presented by Union Finance Minister on 29th January 2018. So, a couple of days before the budget, the finance minister presents the economic survey also. This is a survey of the previous year and the present year. So, based on this survey, we will be predicting the growth rate of the coming financial year, the next fiscal year, that is 2018 and 19. So, therefore, the survey expected GDP of 2017-18 at 6.75%, that is based on the second quarter report, and also 2018-19 to be the 7%, and by 2019 we are going to achieve 7 to 7.5% as per the economic survey. Next, economic survey 2018-17-18 is in pink color. This is to highlight the gender issues in India. So, to give the importance for women. Next, policy agenda for next fiscal year 2018-19 is to support agriculture, privatize Air India, finish bank recapitalization. So, GST data shows that 50% rise in number of taxpayers in India. And also economic survey says that demonetization shows that increase in the savings of money within the people. So, it may be in the banks or it may be in other financial institutions. The people have got habituated of saving their money instead of expenditure. So, retail inflation will be the 3.3%. So, this will be the lowest in last 6 fiscals. So, this is an highlight thing. So, retail inflation is tabled at 3.3%. And also economic survey noted that urban migration in India is high. It is due to feminization of women in agriculture. So, women taking part much more in agriculture in rural Indian activities than the men. So, men are migrating to the urban cities. So, these are the major some of the major highlights of the economic survey. And coming to other issues of national affairs. So, on 2nd February, Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated Global Investor Summit in Assam with the theme Advantage Assam in Guwahati. So, this is the first such investors summit by Assam to invite the investments to be made in the state of Assam. Next, Green Goods Deed. This is a campaign by Union Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. So, Dr. Harsha Vardhan has appealed to the teachers to bring awareness about the importance of climate change in the people. So, this is an awareness program, Green Goods Deed. Next, on 4th February, M. Venkaiah Naidu, the Vice President of India, inaugurated first International Kala Mela, the art festival at Indira Gandhi National Centre for Arts, New Delhi. So, it is organized by Lalita Kala Academy, and this is the first such an international Kala Mela. So, the examination point of it is very important. Next, Punjab bans sale of 20 insecticides in the country, in its state. So, very important insecticide which is banned by Punjab is endosulfan. So, endosulfan is banned almost in all the states in India. So, which is used in the pesticides or also in the animal husbandry. So, as per the Supreme Court orders 2011, endosulfan is to be banned in the production of food processing as well as in the animal husbandry also. because as of the use of endosulfan, so endosulfan is a poisonous which is showing its reactions after consuming by the animal or else human or else even to the plant kingdom also. So, therefore, endosulfan is banned as per the Anupam Verma Committee 2015 stated that endosulfan is showing a negative reports all over the plant, animal and human beings. And Maharashtra government approves Godazari Wildlife Sanctuary in Chandrapur district. So, it is a part of Tadoba Tiger Reserve. So, it is Godazari Wildlife Sanctuary is the new wildlife sanctuary in India which is based in Chandrapur district of Maharashtra. So, this is approved by Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis. Next, Indian Railways to set up its new coach factory at Latur of Maharashtra. So, remember Latur was a complete drought announced district in Maharashtra, where first water train was inaugurated in the year 2016. So, the complete village were suffering with the deficit of water, and also Indian Railways has provided water to this Latur village through water train in the year 2016. This was the first water train in India. The same Latur now is in news. Government of India has committed to establish a coach factory in Latur to manufacture the electric multiple units as well as coaches for metros, so that the people get some employment and they can get some life in Latur, the drought hit village, the drought hit district in Maharashtra. So, next 7th India Energy Congress 2018 was held in New Delhi. This was the 7th one in a row, and the theme is Energy 4.0, Energy Transition towards 2030. This is organized by World Energy Council of India, and it is inaugurated by Power Minister R. K. Singh. Next, Inland Waterways Authority of India has signed project agreement with World Bank regarding Jal Marg Vikas project on NW1. So, National Waterways 1, which starts from Varanasi, Uttar Pradesh to Haldia of West Bengal. Okay, it is nearly 1620 kilometers, where the Jal Marg Vikas project is to be taken up by Inland Waterways Authority of India and the World Bank, with total $375 million loan agreement to be finished by 2023. So, it is inaugurated recently and it will be finished by 2023. Next, 32nd Suraj Khand Mela was started, which was International Crafts Mela, which is based in Haryana, and it is inaugurated by Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath along with Haryana Chief Minister Manohar Lal Khattar. So, friends, okay, so do not confuse here. So, International Crafts Mela in Haryana was inaugurated by Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, but not by Prime Minister Narendra Modi or else not by any other delegates. Okay. Suraj Khand Mela is in Haryana. Okay. So, remember it, do not get confused. And the theme of the Suraj Khand Mela is, theme state will be Uttar Pradesh and the theme country will be Kyrgyzstan. So, it is organized since 1987. So, it is the largest crafts Mela in the world. As per the Dinesh Sharma committee, the finance minister has announced that India to ban the use of cryptocurrencies, or also known as virtual currencies. So, nowadays the words like Bitcoin, Doggy coin, or else Prime coin, Litecoin. So, these are the virtual currencies or cryptocurrencies which are used through digital mode of transactions, and no country has till now has approved this Bitcoin currency or cryptocurrencies, and they have not yet regulated it. So, it is the Japan which has announced that they are observing Bitcoin currency to regulate. India also announced in the year 2017 to observe, but okay, by the year 2018 Finance Minister Arun Jaitley has announced that they are not going to observe anymore, and they have banned the use of cryptocurrencies in India. And this Bitcoin currency or cryptocurrency is very highlighted in USA, Mexico, China, okay, or UK. So, this digital currency is an obstacle for the use of the hard money in the world. Next, so nuclear capable Agni 2 missile was test fired at Dr. Abdul Kalam Wheeler Island in Orissa. So, as part of series of tests, so this was test fired, and this is being developed by Advanced System Laboratory of DRDO, and it is a surface to surface missile with a range of 700 kilometers. And this Agni 1 missile, which was inducted into the defense in the year 2004, and now we have a series of Agni 6 also. In the same line, Prithvi 2 nuclear capable missile was also tested at Chandipur of Orissa coast, so at Balasore. So, this is completely developed by DRDO itself, Defence Research Development Organization, and this Prithvi series was started and inducted into the defense since 2003. So, remember Balasore beach at Chandipur. So, this beach is also known as hide and seek beach. And remember, this question was asked in the 2017 prelims of UPSC. So, which beach is known as hide and seek beach in India? Okay. So, very interesting, it is Chandipur base of Orissa, which is renamed as Abdul Kalam Island. So, that is a Wheeler Island. Next, Arunachal Pradesh Chief Minister Pema Khandu has announced that, so they are going to set up rhododendron park with 1.5 hectares. So, this rhododendron park is a park with a valley of trees and flowers with 1026 varieties of species, and this flower is a national flower for Nepal, and this is largely found in the northeastern state of Arunachal Pradesh and Nagaland, as well as in Nepal and Myanmar. So, this flower day by day it is vanishing due to the construction activities taken place at Tawang district of Arunachal Pradesh. So, remember Tawang district. So, every time Arunachal Pradesh claims that Tawang is the premises of China. So, Tawang belongs to China, this is a claim by Chinese government, okay, but Tawang is in India only, that is in Arunachal Pradesh. Next, 6th bi-monthly monetary policy was announced by Reserve Bank of India. So, as part of monetary policy, so the key policy rates was remained same, like repo rate stands at 6%, reverse repo at 5.75%, bank rate at 6.25%, and MSFR marginal standing facility rate at 6.25%, and also CRR, which is known as cash reserve ratio, to be maintained by the banks at 4%, and also SLR statutory liquidity ratio within the banks they need to maintain in the form of gold or cash or any other debentures, which stood at 19.5%. So, these rates are very very important, and the changes will be also be asked in the examination. So, these are the very very important current affairs of national events. Thank you.